Question 7. A linear function f has an initial value of 2 and a rate of change of 2/3. A procedure for drawing its graph is described below. Okay, so here's the function f of x equals 2/3 x plus 2. And so what they say to do is from the point 0, 2, from the initial point, which is your b value, from the point 0, 2, move over 3 units, that's the delta x to the right, and then up the delta y to reach point 3, 4. Okay, so since the rate of change is 2/3, okay, the delta y is 2, the delta x is 3, and so you start moving 3 steps in the x direction, in the positive x direction, and then the delta y is positive 2, so we move 2 steps in the positive y direction, up. And then we get to our second point, so we have a point 1, a starting point, the initial value, and point 2, and then we draw a line that passes through those points, and that's it. Okay, so we're going to use this procedure here. In this case, the b is 0, so we start at the origin, 0, 0. And then the delta x is 4, so I'm going to move 4 steps to the right. And then the delta y is positive 3, so I'm going to move 3 steps up. And here's my second point. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a line between them, and I'm done. Over here, the initial value is negative 2, so on the y-axis, I find my negative 2. And then my delta x is 5, so I'm going to move over 5 steps to the right, and then my delta y is 2, so 2 steps up, like that. Okay, and there you go, you have your 2 points. You plot your values, you plot your straight line between them. Okay, let's go look at C. Okay, for C, here's the 3. We start at 3, the initial value is 3, so we start at 3 on the y-axis. And then the delta x is 3, so we're going to move 3 steps over. And then the delta y is going to be negative 2. I always take my negative and float it up into the y's. Okay, so my delta x is always going to be positive, and then the sign just gets translated onto the delta y. So I'm going to move over 3 and then down 2. Okay, there's nothing wrong with moving back 3 and then up 2, right? It's just that would bring us off the graph. All right, so I think it's easier just to always make your negative float up into the y's. And here's my second point, and then I draw the line between them. Okay, for D, we start at negative 2, so way down here. Plot the point, and then the delta x, so this is 3 over 1, so the delta x is going to be 1. Okay, and the delta y is going to be 3, so we move up 3. So over 1, up 3 to our second point, and then get your ruler out and draw your line between them. Okay, and then make sure the next point is like over 1, up 3. Make sure it's going to the next point as well. That's how you can be accurate. All right, for E, we're going to go to, on the y-axis, we're going to go to y equals 3. And then we're going to, the rate of change is negative 2, so the delta x is going to be 1, the delta y is negative 2, so it's negative 2 over 1. So I'm going to move over to the right 1 step, and then I'm going to move down 2. And that's my second point, and I'm just going to do that a couple of other times, just make sure my line passes through this point and this point as well. Okay, and there's your line. Okay, the next one, the B, the initial value is 1, so I'm going to plot that right here. I put a 3 here, which is good. Okay, so we go on the y-axis, we go to 1, plot our initial point, and then the delta x is 3, so I'm going to move over 3 to the right. And then my delta y is negative 1, so that means 1 down, like that. So here's our second point. Okay, and then we draw a line between them, and that's it. That's really all there is to graphing using this method. All right, and that's question number 7. Have a good day.